What's up guys, Racing Nation TV here, and today we're going to talk about some breaking news that broke yesterday regarding Chase Elliott once again racing midgets on dirt. He will be making his USAC debut at Bubba Raceway Park in Ocala, Florida this weekend. And also in this video I'm going to be talking about NASCAR finally confirming that they will be running heats at the Bristol dirt race happening in March. So let's start talking about Chase Elliott. Now, he'll be racing in the number 84 NAPA Auto Parts CB Industries car, and obviously that's a different team than the one he ran at the Chili Bowl for Chase Briscoe. Also different, he also ran for Chase Briscoe at Millbridge. This will be his third midget start on dirt entirely, but his first ever USAC start, because if you're unaware, the Chili Bowl is not sanctioned by USAC. So first ever USAC National Midget Series race for Chase Elliott coming up. And yeah, this is interesting to me because obviously racing for CB Industries is on his team, Chris Windom, reigning series champion. This is the car that Christopher Bell was running second to Kyle Larson with in the Chili Bowl before flipping during the race at the very end. So obviously it's a very competitive car that he's hopping into, probably more competitive than the car he ran at the Chili Bowl for Chase Briscoe. And he's definitely going to have a lot of guys on his team to bounce ideas and thoughts off of. And yeah, it's very interesting. After the Chili Bowl, he pretty much confirmed right away that he was running in 2022 again by saying that he wanted to do more dirt starts. But the one thing that I didn't see coming for sure is running for CB Industries. I mean, this is a big deal. That's a big team in the midget world. So, to be racing for such a high, standard of a team in your third midget start, I'm very excited to see what Chase can do. He looked very good at the Chili Bowl, much better than he did at the Rolex 24, which I just came from. As you can see, I hopped on the bandwagon, and that didn't really pay off for me, did it? But he looked way better on dirt than he did on at the Rolex. And he honestly should have probably advanced from the F main. He did very well. You would have never known he was a rookie, or especially that it was his second start on dirt in a midget. So I'm very excited to see what Chase can do. It's very important and very cool to me that the reigning NASCAR Cup Series champion is doing all of these extracurricular activities, as you will. It almost, when you see reigning champions in series, mainly you'll see just a big media tour, a bunch of interviews, a bunch of commercials, a bunch of things. But Chase Elliott's taking it to the next level, in my opinion, just doing all of these races outside of NASCAR. He did the Snowball Derby, did the Chili Bowl, did the Rolex 24. He's really just doing it all, and I think it's really cool to see from Chase, and something I really didn't know about him, that he had this bucket list of races outside of NASCAR he wanted to do, and it's very cool. I will tell you, during the Rolex 24, the Chase Elliott hype was for sure real. Not only on the NBC broadcasts, but at the track. I saw so many Chase Elliott hats and T-shirts. They brought out the full merch truck. So the hype was real, and this is definitely going to help sell tickets for Bubba Raceway Park this weekend. And it's definitely going to help USAC, which is, again, a net positive for me. I think the USAC series, all the midgets, the Silver Crown, wingless sprints, I think all of it deserves more attention. And if it gets more people in the stands, that's awesome. I love it. And, if I lived in Florida, it's a great time to live in Florida with all the dirt racing happening. But if I lived in Florida, I'd be there for sure to see Chase race a midget in person. That'd definitely be something neat. So very excited to see Chase get this opportunity with CB Industries and how he will perform. So yeah, I will keep you up to date with that after it happens. You can watch the race, the USAC National Midget Series, on Flo Racing, not being paid to tell you that, but you can watch it on Flo Racing with a yearly subscription of $150. If you don't want to pay that, however, you can keep up to date on my channel at Racing Nation TV. But we're not done yet in this video. Let's talk about Bristol Dirt. It was announced a few weeks ago that they would be doing a 250-lap race. Obviously, Bristol Dirt was announced a while ago, but the laps were announced. And if you're aware of dirt racing, if you've watched dirt racing, you'll know that 250 laps is quite a lot. And I'm definitely concerned, and to I would really I would really like an explanation to how they're going to do this. Now, there's been a lot of ideas of how they're going to pull off 250 laps in the first place, and that would be in between each stage to prep the track. But the problem is with the problem to me with the cars being that slow, the lap times obviously are going to be pretty slow. Being on dirt and at Bristol, to take time in between the stages to rework the track, that to me just screams the 6 hours of Bristol on dirt. And I personally I don't want that. There's better ways to do that. But I don't know how they're going to pull off 250 laps without the track just becoming drivable by the end. I would definitely like to hear their idea of how they're going to do this. But what was announced yesterday, and what everyone was kind of wondering, is they will be doing heat races, and the format is to be decided. But the truck race at Eldora did have heat races, and by the way, the truck race at Bristol is going to be 150 laps. So also with the stages and with heats, I believe, but the Eldora race also had heats, but the feature was also like 80 laps or something like that. Seeing how the heat format's what it's gonna be is pretty probably self-explanatory. You can probably imagine that's just gonna be 4 heats and then an LCQ, and whoever the non-charter teams are going to be in the LCQ, and I'm sure that's going to be a hoot for them. Personally, I would say just what they should do in my ideal world is just have points during the heats, and charters don't matter, and just have it all like anyone can be D&Q'd, but it doesn't matter for the overall championship because the heats are also points, and just make it like that. That I've been saying that for the Eldora truck race forever. It would just make the LCQs so much more fun, and the guys who don't have charters, and also it would have you'd have a bunch more guys from the dirt world try to enter because they'd know that they have a better shot. Because when you have, how many charters are there? Like 35 or 38, and then you're really only leaving 2 open non-chartered spots, or however many there are. Then all the dirt guys that would come in for this race, it really makes it impossible, because then you'd have like 5 of them in the LCQ and only 2 of them would make it. So what's the point in coming and trying? I don't like charters. It's just me, but personally that's what I do, because I know NASCAR's big deal with the charters is like, oh, we need the full season teams to make the A main, or else with the fans, they wouldn't get to see their favorite driver. But if you just made it for point, it wouldn't be fair to the teams either. If you just made the heats for points, it would work. But anyways, it's just, yeah, that's how it needs to be. But anyways, the other reason I think they might be doing 250 laps is, if you remember, the original race on asphalt was 500 laps. So that basically cuts the distance in half. And I would guess that the TV provider or the TV or Fox would want the race to be as long as it can be, given that it's on dirt, because they have that big time slot already. Even though this whole Bristol dirt thing apparently was something that the TVs wanted, and it's happening because of the TV. I mean, that right there to me kind of screams people that really don't know much about dirt racing, just kind of pointing and saying, we want dirt in the Cup Series because we see TV rating for Truck Series and excitement over that really good. And by the way, you did this thing at Bristol in 2001, and it was cool. So we should bring that back, put Cup on the dirt for funsies and for high TV rating, because the spring race hasn't had that bit good of attendance. But wait, you're telling me that this thing that we had the idea for would only be 70 laps? No. How's it only 70 laps? That'll take like 40 minutes. We need a 250 lap race. And you try to explain to them how the track gets slick, and they just don't know. That screams that to me. But that's just me talking without an explanation to how they're going to figure this out. I'd love to know. I would love to hear about it by now. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. To me, the Bristol NASCAR race is really the Bristol Dirt experiment, because it's basically just a gigantic experiment to see if you can put a Cup car on Bristol on dirt and how it's going to go. I don't even know if they're going to do any testing. They're just now getting to the point where the track is going to be able to be prepped in like 2 or 3 weeks. So, it's such a big risk, and for it to be a points-paying race first year, oh man. If anyone has Bristol dirt tickets, if anyone was able to get them, you want to sell them, I'll take them. I'll buy them. I got money to buy them right now because it's going to be something. I'm not going to say whether it's going to be good or bad or if it's going to be that, but something. It will be something. So, anyways, that'll do it for the video. If there's any other update on Bristol dirt, good or bad, I will be keeping you up to date. So keep a lookout on the channel at Racing Nation TV on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and all those good social media handles. Yeah, I will see you in the next one.